Welcome to the Action Network podcast.
Sean, what do you got first off for best AL win total?
Yeah, I'd say it's probably a tie for me between Texas at 80.5 and Boston at 86.5. But if you made me pick one, I'll say Texas. I just think there's a little more value there, and you can probably play an over 76.5 and hit the middle on the nose.
I'm going to stay in that same division. I'm going to go with the Seattle Mariners at under 67.5. I think that they are a shade of what the Toronto Blue Jays were last year, where I don't know if they have as much talent. I certainly don't think they have as much offensive talent, but they're just in a mode where they know that they're not going to be buying. They know that they are in complete rebuild mode. They're still trying to get the farm worked out.
So at this point, I feel like a lot of the value has kind of been sucked out of the market. So the one team that we discussed who lines up with my projection, I see the A's at 2,800 at DraftKings to win the World Series. I have them at about 2,600. If they win the AL West, there's certainly value in that. If they get a wild card, there's not value in that. And that's kind of how you have to look at these futures, with the Rays to win the World Series or the A's or the White Sox. Like whatever team you think can win their division is going to be more valuable than a team to just potentially make the wild card and slip through, because you're still going to find pretty actionable value in September on wild card teams, but not so on the teams who have their division locked up.
Yeah, I completely agree. For me, Oakland A's at plus 400 odds to win the division. I love it. It's a fade of the Astros. At the same time, like I said, they're built for the regular season, not for the postseason. And I think there's going to be a big bounce back for Chris Davis, and they have pitching prospects. We have Johan Santana 2.0. We have AJ Puck, who, if you've not seen this AJ Puck kid pitch, it's Randy Johnson-esque. So it's definitely something to keep your eyes on with Oakland. The other one I'll mention is I love the Tampa Bay Rays. Sean's projections, which are fantastic, and you have to get on Action Network and see what he's got, for MLB, for win totals, for projections. He's got it all listed. He's got the Tampa Bay Rays fair odds value at 4-1 to win the AL East. At 7-1, it's really too good of a number to pass up, but I really think I'm going to wait until pitchers and catchers report. The fever for baseball is back in. People start hearing the bats clank from spring training, from the Grapefruit and the Cactus League, and the number on the A's gets so high that there's finally a Tampa Bay Rays division number that's worth buying into that's just out of control. So I think that number could come at 750 or maybe 8-1, but I think the Rays are a team that I'm going to be looking to hit probably around the third week of March. All right, and then to wrap it up, we're going to talk about the best fantasy value out of the AL. If you're in some drafts and you need a player to target, someone that no one else is going to be looking at to draft, I'm going to go with Hunter Dozier for the Royals. He's going to have multi-position eligibility, first, third, because Maikel Franco's there. He's going to get pushed out to a corner outfield spot. So he's going to have multiple positions he's going to be eligible for. Whether you play in a league that takes 10 games or 20 games to qualify to position, that'll be Hunter Dozier. But as we mentioned before, the power is real. The power is legit. He slumped a little bit and streaked a little bit, but he had played more games, I think over 130 games. That's more than he had ever played at all the levels he had played at before in his career. So that's expected for somebody that plays that many games. His contact, his barrel percentage, everything that you need in a home run hitter. I would suggest, like Sean said in the podcast, anything that's over 200-1 on him to win the home run title, I think is a bet. But from an AL fantasy value, his ADP right now is around 195. I wouldn't wait. At 180, he's a guy that I would scoop up. Hunter Dozier for me on my fantasy teams. Sean, what do you got?
Yeah, mentioned it before, Nick Madrigal. I think he's going to get called up fairly quickly by Chicago. This guy struck out 37 times in his entire college career, all right? 44-16 strikeout to walk ratio, or I should say walk to strikeout ratio in the minors. PECOTA, 90% projection, 315, 380, 463, 9 home runs, 4.5% strikeout rate. You're talking about a leadoff hitter, plus speed, maybe 25 steals, maybe 9 homers, 300 average. Come on. When are you going to get that late in the draft?